Now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
So there I was just the other day with a group of leaders in a classroom environment. I'm standing at the front of the room, and I thought this would be a really cool thing to do. You guys love cool stuff. I know that's why you're here, because I love sharing cool stuff with you. So what I wanted to do is something cool. I wanted to see the vibe. I want to get the vibe out in the room, see what the vibe was. So I had everybody in the room stand up, and I asked them to share something with us, something they wish they had done. So we started there. Okay, going to pop up, share with something that you wish you had done in your life. And they went around the room, they popped up. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have invested in this. I wish I would have been to my kids' ball games. I wish I would have, taken that job way back when. I wish I would have had gotten that education. And we went around the room and everybody shared what they wish they would have done. So you're listening to this and you're saying, well, Phil, all those people are sharing their regrets, right? Things they didn't do. Yeah, they were. They shared all their regrets. And at the end of everybody sharing in the room of that, I'm like, all right, we got to shift gears. We got to shift gears because right now in that room, it got really depressing. It got depressing because it was a room full of woulda, shoulda, couldas. And nobody likes the woulda, shoulda, couldas. So we shifted gears. And I said, all right, we're going to go round two. And round two is you're going to stand up and say, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I did this. And whatever it is, share what it is that you're glad that you did. And everybody did that. They shared. They're glad that they took the job. They're glad that they were there at their kid's ball game. They're glad that they made that extra call. They're glad about being there for somebody they love and taking the time to be there. And at the end of these talks in this room, it was so inspiring because we could feel it in each one of their little mini stories, just a few seconds of something that they were glad that they did. And it was inspirational. It was upbeat. It was positive. It was engaging. And some of us have said, we want to hear more about that. How'd you do it, right? And it was just a simple exercise, and I share it with you today on effective communication because I want you to understand something about communication. What we're sharing matters. It does. And you got to ask yourself, how do I want my audience to feel? And maybe you're speaking to an audience, maybe you're talking to one other person. How do you want them to feel at the end of the conversation with you? How do you want them to feel? You got to think about that whenever you're giving a presentation or communicating to people. What are they going to walk away with? Now, remember this. Another great thing to remember, right? Nobody cares what they know until they know how much you care. We know that. And remember this. Nobody will remember everything you said, and they will remember how you made them feel. Let that sink in for a moment. They won't remember everything you said, and they will remember how you made them feel. So how do people feel when you communicate? Do they want to listen? Do they want to hear more? Was it like that second round I did with this group of leaders where it was uplifting, upbeat, engaging, energized, where people said, I want to learn more. That sounds really cool. It's awesome that you did that. Wow. Tell me more. So what does your audience say? So here's a little rule of thumb. Bottom line, remember at the end of the day, they're going to remember how you made them feel. So start there, understand that, process that. How did you make them feel when you spoke with them? Did they feel heard? Did they feel valued? Did they feel appreciated? Did they feel enlightened? Do they feel engaged? Do they feel inspired? What is it, the feeling that you're going for? What is it that you want them to walk away? And so later that evening, they're talking to somebody else and they said, oh, I heard so-and-so speak today, and this is what they shared with me. And oh my gosh, it was so heartwarming to feel it because it inspired me to want to make this change or do this in my life. What are you going to leave them with? What are you going to leave them with that's going to inspire them? So the focus is try this yourself. Do it with somebody. Have them stand up and talk about a regret. And then have them turn around and talk about something that they feel really good about that they did do that made a difference. And just look at the way they light up and look at the way they engage. So always make sure that by the end of your talk, it ends on a high note. It ends on something positive that's uplifting. I realize some of you say, well, sometimes I got to share some negative things. Well, if you have to do it, share it in the middle, not the beginning, not the end. That's got to be positive, because one, it's got to be positive to pull them in, and two, they got to walk away with that feeling good about themselves and what they can do with what you shared. You got this. Now go make it happen.